All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Rockets have been eliminated. Unfortunately, let me make sure this mic's on right. Um, I really, it's a disappointing loss, and um, oh my god, I thought the score said 90-86, and I was like, wait, hold on. Technically, they're kind of coming back a little bit. I threw $150 on Jalen Green to score 11 and a half points and Steph Curry to score like 22. And I was like, all right, I don't think Jalen hit it. So that sucks. But Houston's just not ready. If you're watching this on streaming sites, I don't want to waste too much time, but the game's still, once again, 45 seconds left. They're down by 12. They're going to lose this game. And yeah, man, it sucks. Houston's just not ready. It really is unfortunate that Golden State with Jimmy Butler is the team that they ran into, because the Golden State Warriors without Jimmy Butler are the Golden State Warriors that Houston just has not had been able to play in the playoffs. So like, this is a stupid curse, and this game solidifies the curse. What's up, Josh? Like, you could look at the Harden era against Golden State as a curse in its own regard, because prior to that, what's been the issue against Golden State? Legal or franchise wise, sorry. So it's like, all right, now this is the new era Rockets, and they're losing to Golden State. So it's like, fuck, it's an actual stupid little curse right now. But it just really sucks that they ran into a Jimmy Butler led Golden State Warriors. I mean, what did they lose? 2 games with Jimmy in the regular season. So, a full 82 game year with Jimmy and Steph Curry playing on the same team. They're not the 7th seed. So it's unfortunate. Houston being the 2 seed was pretty insane in general, as well. But it's just it's like playing the Lakers. If the Lakers, instead of being the 3 seed, were the Luka. I know they got eliminated in the first round, but they didn't go 17-2. I think didn't Golden State go like 17-2 with Jimmy Butler? So the worst possible matchup, and obviously they're not ready. And I'll pull up the box score here. I don't really want to have a Jalen Green discussion. I think, unfortunately, I have to entertain Jalen Green discussions this summer now. And I don't mean that in a rude way, but these owners, these days, it's short patience. So how long are Jalen Green just had 8 points in an elimination game. If you could make 1 3, technically there's 8 seconds left. If you could have a 4-point play, I'd win $400. More importantly, I wouldn't lose $150. But I knew immediately. I bet big in golf today because I had a feeling it was going to go a certain way, and I only won $9. And last minute, I threw it on Jalen Green. Oh, the game's technically over. So there you go, 103-89. Not going to win an elimination game scoring 89 points. You're gonna win an elimination game giving up 103, but not when you score 89. So we got Wave Face. Goodbye, Jalen. Caleb saying goodbye, Trey Jalen. That is gonna be the narrative all summer. I don't really want to overreact personally for myself. But like I said, I totally understand that you want to trade Jalen Green now. I really get it. So, yeah, wanted this to be a moral victory. Golden State. Steve Kerr outcoached Ime Udoka today, by the way. Steven Adams clocks in and with 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. I love Steve Kerr. I don't know. This is a stupid analogy, but it's like, imagine one day you wake up and you take a shot of vodka and you have a great day. And then you're like, whoa, that really gave me a pep in my step today. So the next morning you take a shot of vodka and you go out and you have another good day. It's like, whoa, this is going pretty well. And then you can't just take a shot of vodka every day. You can't just play Steven Adams with 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter just because it's worked for like 2 games. I know it didn't end up being any type of catalyst to losing, but 3.7 rebounds, still had a decent game, 1 of 4 from the field. And I feel like all 4 of those were in the first quarter. But like Steven Adams checks in with 7.5 minutes left in the game and he gets the ball at like not the free throw line, but if you were playing horse, not the first one. So you've got the hoop, you've got the first notch, for free throws, you've got the second one. He takes one in between the second and the free throw line. He does why can't I think of the fucking skyhook? He skyhooks it. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, did Steven Adams develop a skyhook? Did that happen? The answer is no, it didn't happen. That was never in his bag. Otherwise, Russ and him probably have a ring. So that was stupid. And he played 25, so it ended up being, just normal. But I know that's a crazy analogy, but let's check the chat. We need scoring badly. I think KD is perfect. I agree, Travis. I think KD is perfect. But a lot of people are going to want Book. Rightfully so with this. We knew going into this game that Houston didn't have a closer or a consistent closer. Jalen's supposed to be the closer. So, yeah, man, I think Golden State did a really good job at guarding him. I'm going to move this over here. I think Golden State did a really good job at defending Jalen Green the whole series, other than game 2 where he had 8 threes. Jalen Green only shooting 8 shots is it's a huge issue. Like, for example, Şengün took 23, Thompson took 16, Brooks took 9, Fred took 13. Jalen Green, I guess he played less minutes than all of them because of the Steven Adams sub, but yeah, no Cam, no Reed. I think a guy like Steph would really utilize. I think no matter, because Steph or Jimmy's going to be on the court at all times, I think they would abuse the living daylight out of Reed and Cam. So much for the Jabari. It really sucks that Jabari in the playoffs. I mean, that's a tough eval because these are all rookies. So, I'm looking at Jabari. I'd say he had a good game 3. It looks like statistically, I don't have shooting percentages here, but like he had 11.6 rebounds in game 1, but he also had 4 turnovers. Tari Eason tonight, 15 minutes, he had 2 blocks, 5 points, 5 rebounds. I could feel his impact tonight. I couldn't feel Jabari's impact really at many points this series. And you couldn't really feel his impact tonight. This is so rude, and I don't even mean to for this to be a rude thing, because how old's Jabari? Tari's 23. So Jabari got injured, and he can't do anything about that. Second year out of Auburn, so he's 21. But I don't know. What I did like, Jabari only had 3 points, but he missed the corner 3. Somebody got an offensive rebound, and he got the ball and shot it immediately and made it. So I would love to have felt a bench presence tonight from Jabari, Tari, or Steven Adams. And I know you felt it at moments with particularly Tari and Adams. Golden State only had 3 bench points. So, you just got outplayed and outcoached. Really hate to see a Steve Kerr well-coached game. And I tweeted on Jackson Gatlin gave the injury report saying Gary Payton's not playing tonight. I said, damn, because that really sucks. And I know I've been harping on Buddy Hield on these all the time. Of course, he has 33. Buddy Hield had 33. It's disgusting. Oh, God. Okay, dude, I just don't even, I don't know. Buddy Hield, I wish they didn't lose by 14. Maybe it's good they lost by 14, because I don't know how Buddy Hield has 33 in game 7. He had 33 points. Buddy Hield had 33 points. 12 of 15 and 9 of 11 from downtown. Jimmy didn't even have particularly a good game. He had a really nice box line, stat line, but Where's Cam? Jalen didn't do shit. Fred and Brooks gone. No, they're staying. As far as contracts go, we want Book. Like Jabari never closing games. I mean, I don't know, but I don't really have an issue. I don't really have an issue with Ime's particular lineups because I don't know. I like Jabari. I like Tari. I get sometimes Jalen's not on. I get sometimes Steven Adams is on. It's a young bench outside Adams. You know, Tari's 23, Jabari's 21. That's young. And the 8-man rotation. So, yeah, no Jeff Green, no Reed, no Cam, no Aaron Holiday. What game did he not play garbage time? Wasn't there one game Aaron Holiday didn't play garbage time? Looks like it was game 5. Played 16 minutes, had 9 points. I think tonight would have been a good night to maybe throw some minutes to Aaron Holiday. I tweeted that this game felt like a fever dream because it was uncomfortable at all points, and you could never really settle in. The first quarter wasn't too bad. I remember like Houston was down like 10-4 or whatever, and they came back. And was it the first quarter Buddy Hield had that 3? I think it was. That was really annoying, but I know Houston didn't have a good first quarter scoring, but it was a crazy ref game too. I mean, Golden State, I don't believe even got to the free throw line. Golden State went 7-9. Houston went 15-21 for 71.4%. 6-18 from downtown, 33% in an elimination game, 40% from the field in an elimination game. 11 turnovers. I mean, it's just not rocket science. So, it's hard to. It's almost easier when you lose, and it's like, this is just a loss. It's just a loss. Just lost. So, yeah. Yeah. Everyone's young. All right, let's see what we got going on Twitter, if we got anything going. I didn't really want to do this. I do appreciate all you guys listening to these. I know I'm saying it every episode, but I appreciate all you listening to it on Spotify and Apple. The link's in the description. You can type in Let's Talk Rockets, but I appreciate all y'all listening on streams. I got nothing. So halftime was 51-39. 29 points through 21 minutes. And there's like 7 minutes had passed in the second quarter, and Houston had like 26 points, which means they had only scored like 7. I mean, that just not ready. I mean, really blew it. So just totally blew it. KD tweet. KD in a Rocket jersey swap. I biased Houston. I can't have energy for Jalen tonight because I can only hold you to the standard you've shown me. This is what you've shown us 5 of the last 6 games. What a mess. I'll probably annoy you this summer, so I'll just say, I mean, obviously, I'm more of a, I don't know, I'm a team guy. I don't really want to play GM. I don't like playing GM, so I'm more of a, here's how I see it as it stands, more, and not a, here's how it could be. Here's how it should be. I don't know. What trades, with KD, Devin Booker, Giannis, I don't know. Giannis seems wrong, and I think if it seems wrong, it's probably not the move. KD just seems perfect. Book seems nice. Book seems real nice. I think Booker's more of one where I'd rather not trade Jalen Green just because I like the homegrown aspect, so I'd prefer to not have to make a move like that. So if Stone does it and you trade for Booker, it's like, ooh, I like it. But I also like Jalen Green. But KD to me is really nice. So I love Tari. Tari, I don't think Amon should be touched. I don't think Tari Eason should be touched. I think if you had to dangle bait, you would. Another thing is, it's like if we're talking dangling bait in a Booker or KD trade or Giannis or Zion or whatever star you like, whatever star of your choice is, uh, is Brooks gone? Like, can I throw Brooks in there, or like, do I have to pick somebody? Can I pick Jabari and Brooks? So, like, I know Dylan was huge in this series, but did it really result in a game? And is that worth like not making a move for Booker or KD or guys like that? Fred was nice in the playoffs. Fred was, you're not in Game 7 without Fred, uh, but what if you can upgrade it? Is that a better fit? I don't know. I think when you look at this Rockets team, I think you see certain special teams like Jimmy Butler and Golden State makes sense. Like, that just makes sense. That seems Jimmy Butler going to Golden State and resurging Golden State feels destiny. It feels like there's kind of some fate in that. If I told you right now, if I told you 2 months ago that the Warriors trade for Jimmy Butler and they end up winning the national championship, you'd be like, damn, I could totally see that happening. That's crazy. That'd be nuts. But if I told you, like, hey, man, like Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Amin Thompson, and Alperen Sengun won a championship, you'd be like, what? No way. That's crazy. So let's put it this way. I wish I could run a poll right now. Do you think the starting five's the same, or do you think it's different? Because I don't think it's the same. We already saw even, Jabari is in the starting lineup anymore. All right, let's check the chat. What's up, United? The 7-game curse is still here, unfortunately. It didn't look like they were trying a lot of the game. Fred had that wake up thing. He was yelling. I think Alperen Sengun looked ill. I think he looked physically ill. Like, it looked like Alperen Sengun had the flu. I'm going to Google it. But so I saw, like, the first time I saw Alperen Sengun tonight, and I literally tweeted it. I was like, Sengun's got that look in his eye. He's got like this deadpan 1,000-yard stare, 100-yard stare. And then, like, they keep panning to him, and it's like, oh, fuck, dude. I think he's sick. He either did not sleep last night or he's, like, actually sick. I'm going to Twitter it. Alperen Sengun. Sick. Not even close. There's nothing even along those lines. So I don't know. Maybe we'll hear about that. Not that it's an excuse, but he looked like he had not slept in over a day. And you only look like that if you're sick or you haven't slept in over a day. KD cannot win without Curry. I mean, technically, but you could say that about like Clay now. I mean, I don't love the wording because it just sounds a little rude, but like if you say you're essentially saying KD can't be number one. So I agree. But I feel like, he said he destroys teams. So I don't. Phoenix is kind of a mess. We got Kerem. Had a great year. Go get Giannis. I'm curious your vision in Giannis. Do people think there's like going to be a Amin Thompson, Giannis? What's a Giannis package look like? Am I running Amin Thompson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Alperen Sengun? I don't care what people say. Sengun and Thompson looks fine in the regular season. It looks really good. They're a really good team because they're both really good players. But like when you watch Alperen Sengun and Amin Thompson on the court with like the starting five, I think if the ball's moving, it looks fine. But if you have 19 points in the first quarter and Golden State scores 20 pretty much because of a last second 3 by Buddy Hield, it's like the offense is stagnant. And no, it doesn't look good. Whether Amon Thompson is running pick and rolls or he's moving around, like I don't even like Amon Thompson and Alperen Şengün on the court in a playoff game, half court. So Giannis sounds even worse in all this. People are like they're foaming at the mouth. They're coming their pants thinking of Alperen Şengün and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Can one person understand it? I don't understand it. This is it. Literally, this is literally it. The Rockets need shooters. You can't shoot. You can't be the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA and one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA. And first off, like, I'm sorry, Kerem, because you're catching this body here, unfortunately, and has nothing to do with you. But like, Giannis isn't helping me shoot threes. 21st in 3-point percentage. Oh, let's check something like StatMuse. I mean, stats are like a whole thing too. Do you watch the Rockets and you're like, fucking shoot more threes? No, like you watch the Rockets down all game today and you're like watching a stagnant offense and you're like, somebody has to just kind of do something because nobody else is doing anything. Like somebody has to just kind of start making shots because nobody else is doing anything. Şengün's taking like the worst shots on planet Earth too. So everyone's accountable. All right, I got Houston's 3-point stats here. They were 22nd in 3-pointers made, 20th in 3-pointers attempted, so bottom 10 in all categories. Dead last in free throw shooting. So I'm 1,000 all set on Amon, just like RA says here. We are having eyes. So that's why I think Book would be fine if you're, upgrading or if you're taking Jalen. And Phoenix would have to go full blown, no more KD, no more Book, and they'd have to blow it up to be down for that too. Or they could go for KD. And then you also have to keep in mind somebody's going to pop up. Somebody else is going to pop up. You get your random Brandon Ingrams, LaMelo, Trae Young's floating out there. You always have Zion. You always have like a Zion Houston thing, a LaMelo Houston thing, Jimmy Butler Houston things. Not Houston necessarily, but free agents and teams looking for these free agents. So somebody else will pop up there. Levine. Oh, Reed Shepherd. The NBA. So many people want these young guys to go out there. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think Reed Shepherd. I understand Reed Shepherd should be getting some playoff experience ideally, but there's nothing I saw from Reed Shepherd consistently in the regular season to make me think, hey, go give me 15 in game 7. You're 20 years old. If my 4-year fucking shooting guard is a little bit shaky on the legs, I don't feel great about my 20-year-old rookie. And Cam Whitmore is like a bull in a china shop, which just comes with some risks too. So I'm just saying I understand having an 8-man rotation. You're not really trying to let's play around with Cam Whitmore. That's regular season stuff. Obviously, it didn't work. Otherwise, Cam Whitmore would have been a rotational player. So that's the unfortunate truth. So when you start winning and you win 52 games, you have to start making decisions. So if you had to ask me Cam Whitmore's future in Houston, I'd say there's nothing there. And if you were to ask me about Reed, I'm saying hopefully they hold on to him. If there's anything that you should feel good about is Rafael Stone's in no rush for any of these guys on the mic. Rafael Stone's in no rush at all in this. But yeah, so Reed Shepherd, they're in no rush to develop Reed Shepherd in the sense of we need to ship him for free trades for Kevin Durant. But at the same time, if you're Ty Washington and you're Usman Garuba-ing, and you're already so I love Cam. A lot of this too is likability. And so I really hope Cam Whitmore's on the roster next season. But I've gotten so excited over so many Rockets picks in the last 5+ years. So basketball's always fascinating. The regular season really is not too much. But Amon Thompson is so awesome. And there's so much to like there. And Alperen Şengün is 22 years old, and it is insane. And no matter your thoughts on Jalen Green, still 23, just turned 23 2 months ago. Jabari's 21, Tari's 23, Reed's 20, Cam Whitmore's only 20. So there's a lot to like. There's a hair somewhere on me. So I don't. That's why I'll always have more of a stance of I'd rather keep all these dudes like Cam Whitmore and Reed Shepard and Jalen Green than get into trades unless it happens. So it's always interesting too. The NBA, first off, the NBA draft and development is just slower than the NFL because it's only 60 total picks. When is the NBA draft? It's got to be in less than 2 months. It always catches up on you. June 25th, so it is like 7 weeks away. So it's quite a while. When's the lottery? That'll probably be in a month. The lottery's in 8 days. So that's also something there. We got the 2 seed and had to face a 2 seed type of team, 2 seed type of team, 100%. And yeah, we were saying that like if Jimmy Butler was on around Golden State all year, I mean they're not too. No, Ty is not on the roster. It's definitely going to be an interesting offseason. All right, folks, we're going to call it. It's Sunday night. Time to relax. I hope you all have a great weekend, evening, even though it's pretty much at the end here. And I hope, everyone has a good night. But it's good. The only reason it's not good for Houston is obviously, first off, when you lose a playoff game, like it's not an exciting time, goes without saying. So no one's going to be in a happy, jolly mood. But the whole Jalen Green thing sucks. And, you just wish to get out of the first round, and you just kind of know some decisions are going to be made, and they have to start making some decisions. And it's just such a young, fun team. So hopefully they can use this. And they just didn't score, Reginald here. Didn't score, didn't make enough shots. You can't make 6 threes. Bad collective team loss. So yeah, it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all tuning in this season. And we didn't really do too much this year, so we're gonna have to have a good off season. But I appreciate you all watching live, post live streams, the whole kit and caboodle. So we'll be back here. And the Rockets are exciting, man. Maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow afternoon, just in a more jolly mood, because it's also late and it's Sunday night. So we'll see you soon. Peace.